Can you hear me, Colby? Can you hear me, Colby? Nope. Colby! Can you hear me, Colby? Can you hear me, Colby? Oh, you can hear me there?
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, we're really hot coming in on that, though, so that's
Perfect right there.
Can you hear me, Colby?
Yep.
Can you still hear me, Colby?
Yeah.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into North Polk girls basketball. We are about a minute away here from first home game of the season here for the North Polk Comets. And it's been an interesting start for the Comets this year as they played Johnston, and that was a loss for them. And we also have our boys game here following the girls game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely didn't expect this sort of start out of the North Polk Comets.
What's that?
All right, sorry for the interruption, folks. We are back. Yeah, so we definitely didn't expect this sort of start out of the Comets this year. Last year's state runner-ups came in this year with a loss to Johnston. That was very close, very close. And then a loss last Monday to Dallas Center Grimes.
And yeah, they're also supposed to be very good this year, just like they were last year, even after losing some key seniors that they had, such as Carolyn Steffen, Katie Scott, and Katie Brown.
Absolutely. Downtown Katie Brown, definitely going to miss that one this year.
And I'm still going to expect a nice fast-paced offense from here and a strong defense as well from the North Polk Comets this year.
Yeah, and this year we're getting two new freshmen on the varsity lineup. We have Liza Schaefer. I don't know her number right now, but we have Liza Schaefer, who is a crowd favorite for sure. Student section goes wild when she goes in. And Michaela Boatman, I believe she is number 4, and she is usually the 6th man or 7th man in.
Yeah, on the North Polk starters this year, it's going to look similar to last year, but still going to have Maggie Phipps and Jaden Murphy, as well as Abby Zimmer there as well. We're going to have Hannah Foster and also Schaefer starting this year as well.
It's a solid lineup.
I'm excited to see what this team can do this year, especially since we know Lucy Schaefer is a great defensive player, and that should translate over this year just as easily as it was for last year.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see Abby Zimmer play this year. She's playing fantastic as she did last year. I think she has one of the highest shot percentages on the team by far. Johnson, I think she only missed 1 or 2 shots, and she's a great defender. One of the most complete players on the team.
Yeah, she's out there. She's always taking smart shots, and she's just taking opportunities that are given to her by the defense and by her teammates as well.
Absolutely.
And she really does great in the North Polk offense, and it really allows her to be able to do whatever she'd like on the offensive side.
Yeah, it's important to have both sides of the ball. And when you're talking about both sides of the ball, you got to talk about Jaden Murphy. She's been doing absolutely great all 4 years. We're going into her senior year now, and she is a crucial piece to the Comet team.
Yeah, she's definitely the top rebounder here for the North Polk Comets, just like she was last year as well. And that's a big part here for the Comets because they're not the biggest team out there, but Jaden Murphy brings in those rebounds for the team and is able to help them get the offensive boards that they need to score or the boards on the defensive side in order to push it down the court.
I expect to see her take a few more shots this week. Last week she was a little off on shots, and by off I mean she didn't take as many. She made a lot of them, don't get me wrong there, but she didn't take as many. I'm really hoping that tonight she makes a couple more, and there she is right there, number 23.
And she's another player who just plays within the offense that's given to her, and it really helps the North Polk offense ability to spread the floor and get those outside shots for the team.
Yeah. Here's number 32, Maggie Phipps, Drake women's basketball commit. And now we are going into the national anthem. So we're going to go dark for a little bit and pay respects to our country.
And this game is about to get underway here, and it should be an exciting matchup. Pella is going to be a tough challenge here for North Polk, and we'll really see how good North Polk will be this year against Pella.
Absolutely. This game is going to be a crucial win for the Comets, who I believe only lost 2 regular season games last year and then the game of the finals last year for a total of 3 losses. If they lose tonight, they're going to tie last year's losing record and then have to win out in order to maintain a better record.
And I don't think it'll be too much of a worry for them this year because North Polk is just such a strong team that they're going to be successful no matter what.
It's Jaden Murphy.
And Jaden Murphy wins a tip there for the North Polk Comets. And Hannah Foster is going to bring the ball up the floor here. Swings the ball over to Maggie Phipps on the perimeter. Phipps tries to swing it over to Murphy, but it's stolen away by Dyers. Dyers up with the layup and misses. No good. Rebounded and no good as well. Foul will be called here on Pella as Zimmer battles for that rebound.
And there's Abby Zimmer. Even though she is, a few inches shorter than everyone else, she's still getting in the paint and getting aggressive. Love to see that. That's why you got to admit she's one of the best defensive players on this team.
Yeah, she plays twice her size, and it definitely shows with all of her defensive stats that she puts up. Foster will bring the ball up the floor again here for the Comets. Passes over to Phipps. Phipps looks inside. Not there. Dribbles baseline. Up and under. Nice lay there by Maggie Phipps.
Maggie Phipps going to draw first blood.
Nice pass there by Pella. Pella goes up for the layup, and no good as it goes in and out.
Ooh.
Murphy gets the board. She drives down, passes Zimmer. Zimmer with the layup. No good.
Oh.
Murphy almost gets the offensive board. It's called out of bounds here on Pella. North Polk ball.
Abby Zimmer missing a shot is a rare sight around here.
Yeah, the layups are always tough. It's whether they fall or not in the position that you put it in, and it just didn't fall there for her.
Yeah.
Foster will inbound. She finds Phipps. Almost tipped away there as it'll be out of bounds on Pella. North Polk ball.
Comets are going to keep it.
Murphy will inbound. Finds Foster. Foster drives down near the perimeter. Swings it over to Zimmer. Zimmer looks inside, doesn't find anything. Swings it across to Murphy. Murphy drives in. Open layup. That's good by Jaden Murphy. It's 4-0 here for the Comets. As Pella will bring the ball down the floor. Vanderwall swings it over there to Van Wyck. Van Wyck drives in. Kicks it back out to Vander. 3 there by Pella. No good as it almost is rebounded there by the offense. It's out of bounds. It'll be North Polk ball.
Wow. Pella girls cannot seem to make a connection into the basket.
Foster brings the ball up the floor here once again. Finds Zimmer on the perimeter. Zimmer.
Oh.
And fouled there. She'll have 2 shots there at the line.
Here's Abby Zimmer from the free throw.
And North Polk is definitely solid here at the free throw line as they don't miss often. As Abby Zimmer will sink her first.
That's clean right there. That is clean.
And the second one for Zimmer is no good as Nay grabs the board here for Pella. Vanderwall brings the ball up the floor here. And a foul called there on North Polk. Pella will throw it in here from the sideline. Dyer's inbound for Pella.
Lucy Schaefer, ever aggressive. And that's just
Finds
fine.
Vanderwall there. Vanderwall drives inside. Almost stolen away. She swings it over there to Dyers. Dyers drives inside. Stolen away there by Lucy Schaefer.
With a steal.
Lucy Schaefer swings it up to Phipps. Phipps over to Murphy. Murphy drives inside. Out to Schaefer. Schaefer for the 3. And that's good by Lucy Schaefer. Timeout here by Pella as North Polk has a quick 8-0 lead.
That's a big 3. You like to see those.
And that's all you need there by North Polk. They like to dribble in and kick it back outside of the perimeter for those easy open 3s.
That's not a shot you see Lucy Schaefer take a whole lot.
But when it's there for her, she does, and she usually converts. That's what's great about the North Polk offense is it's so easy to get a shot from anywhere on the floor, and they can convert from any single position that they would like. Naig to inbound here for Pella. Vanderwall will take the ball at the floor. Tries to drive inside, swings it to Peterson. Peterson over to Dyers. Tries to get to Vanderwall, almost stolen away there. Van Wyck has the ball. Back to Peterson and Vanderwall. Vanderwall drives inside, kicks it back out there to Dyers. Dyers to Van Wyck. Van Wyck over to Peterson. Oh. Peterson drives in, kicks it back out to Dyers here.
Oh, blocked.
Blocked there by Jaden Murphy. 3 here by Pella, no good. Off the front of the rim, it'll be North Polk ball.
Wow, the Comets are going to keep the Pella Dutch scoreless.
We have some substitutions here for the Comets. Abby Hill will check into the game, as well as Michaela Boatman. Zimmer will bring the ball up the floor here.
We have number 4, Michaela Boatman, back in the game.
Zimmer tries to drive in. He's cut off. Over to Abby Hill. Abby Hill kicks it over to Phipps. Phipps for 3. No good by Maggie Phipps. Abby Hill with the offensive board. Tries to lay it in and misses. Boatman with the rebound. Phipps with another 3. No good. And Abby Hill battles for the offensive board. A foul is called. I believe Abby Hill will be at the line.
You know, last game, last Monday, we noticed quite a few missed shots from the Comets, and we haven't seen that all night, but this possession right here wasn't looking too good for him.
And correction there, that'll be on the floor, so Zimmer will inbound here for the Comets. She finds Murphy. Murphy backs down. Layup for Murphy, no good, as it's out of bounds there on North Polk. Vanderwall here for Pella. Swings it over there to Thompson. Thompson down low to Naig. Back into Naig inside. Naig is called for the travel to be North Polk ball.
Gonna go back to the Comets.
Zimmer will bring the ball up the floor here for the Comets. Phipps battles to get open. Zimmer over to Boatman.
Oh! Can't see what
Boatman
happened
over
there,
to Hill.
but, oh!
Foul called on Pella. North Polk will take it out of bounds.
Maggie Phipps getting a little aggressive right there.
Yeah, you got to love seeing the physical play, and it's very exciting to watch there as North Polk gets a foul for them.
If you want to see how that went down, you can rewind the stream, watch that, and then return to live.
Murphy out on the perimeter. Murphy looks inside, finds nothing there. Decides to drive it baseline, kicks it over to Phipps. Another foul is called here on Pella. On number 10, Courtney Thompson. Zimmer to inbound here for the Comets. Substitution here for Pella. As Faith Dyers is checked in here for Courtney Thompson, as well as Bailey Van Voorst. Zimmer up top to Murphy here. Murphy swings it across there to Hill. Hill over to Zimmer. Up to Boatman. Boatman for 3. Good 3 there by Boatman.
That right there was Michaela Boatman, who the student section has lovingly nicknamed the Freshman Messiah.
Over top there to Deers. Deers drives inside, blocked by Jaden Murphy. Phipps grabs the board. She pushes it up the floor here for the Comets. Up to Murphy.
Jaden
Murphy with the layup and no good. Rebounded there by number 30, Naminga. Deers pulls up at midi. No good as Abby Hill grabs the rebound there. Zimmer will take the ball up the floor here for the Comets. Zimmer over to Murphy. Murphy will drive inside. Tries to swing it over there to Zimmer as it's nearly intercepted, but it's knocked out of bounds there by Pella. Madison Nag here is checked in for Pella. Zimmer up top to Phipps. Phipps over to Boatman. Boatman for another three, and no good as it bounces around. Foul there called on Jaden Murphy. Pella will have the ball.
Barely off the mark for Boatman, who's been a lockdown three-point shooter in the past 2 games. Very excited to see where she goes.
And Vanderwall will take the ball up the floor here. Vanderwall swings it over to Naminga. Naminga to Dyers. Dyers inside to Naminga. Naminga up for the layup and no good. Murphy grabs the board. She'll bring the ball down the floor here for the Comets. Over to Boatman. Almost stolen away there, but Zimmer recovers it. Murphy for 3. No good by Jaden Murphy as it hits the top of the hoop. That'll be out of bounds. Van Voorst here to inbound. Vanderwall up the floor here once again.
North Polk keeping Pella scoreless.
Kicks it to Nag. Nag tries to drive inside. Almost thrown away there by Phipps. Out of bounds there on North Polk. It'll be Pella ball. Number 4, Regan Van Wyck here for the Pella Lady Dutch. She'll be checked in for number 24, Anna Vanderwall. Inbounds to Deers. Deers over to Van Wyck. Van Wyck finds Van Voorst. Van Voorst over to Nag. Nag for 3, no good. Get the offensive rebound there by Regan Van Wyck. Van Wyck sets it back up top. Over to Nag. Nag backs down, swings it back out to Deers. Deers over to Naminga. Naminga back to Nag. Nag looks to drive inside, finds nothing, kicks it out to Van Voorst. Van Voorst there for Deers. Deers kicks inside to Van Voorst. Van Voorst up for the layup, and no good. Pella is scoreless here and near the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
It's 11-0 here as we'll have substitutions here for the Comets.
You know,
Lucy
you just
Schaefer
cannot deny though the Comet defense this game has been pretty impeccable.
It has been very good. It's been very solid.
Forcing the Lady Dutch to take some shots they probably shouldn't take and missing a few relatively easy ones.
As Pella there gets their first 2 points of the game.
You know, I feel like we owed them that one.
Schaefer will have the ball. She looks to drive inside, kicks it out to Foster. Foster for 3, and no good by Foster. It's rebounded there by Naminga. Deers will take the ball up the floor, swings it up to Van Wyck. Van Wyck over to Nag. Nag to Deers. Deers for 3, no good. As Schaefer gets called for an over-the-back foul there.
You know, something I at least want to make a comment on this game is Coach Albertson of the North Polk girls basketball team has grown quite the beard. Zoom in on that one real quick. Focus up. Oh, can't quite see it on our camera. Oh, there a little bit. Just want to say that's really impressive. Think it really adds to the team. Just thought I'd make a quick comment on that.
Van Wyck inbounds there to Naminga. Naminga over to Nag. Nag passes it back to Van Wyck. And it's stolen away there by Zimmer. Zimmer will push the ball up the floor here for the Comets. And the layup's good by Abby Zimmer. Quick transition offense there.
A barbecue chicken dinner right there.
Nag for the layup. And no good. Abby Hill battles for the rebound, but Nag gets the offensive board. And Naminga grabs the other offensive board. Stolen away by Boatman. Boatman will bring the ball up the floor here for the Comets. Up to Phipps. Phipps for 3. And deep three-pointer there by Maggie Phipps. 16-2 here with 22 remaining in the first.
See, that's exciting to see. She had some missed shots earlier this game.
Deers over there to Nag. Nag inside to Peterson. Almost thrown away there by Abby Hill, but it's knocked out of bounds. This Comets defense has been a tough one here for Pella. Nag and Van Wyck are subbed out of the game for Pella. Deers is inbounding. Inbounds to Peterson. Peterson has a wide open layup. Foster will take the ball at the floor here for the Comets. Boatman open. Boatman decides to pump fake, drives inside, and the layup is no good by Boatman as Boatman looks to be hurt.
Boatman holding her knee. Gets up on it. Seems to be running it off all right. There we go.
And it's 16-4 here at the end of the first here for the Comets, as the defense has been one of the strong suits here.
Absolutely.
And
right now we're putting the stats up on the board.
Pella has not been able to get much offense going here, as the Comets defense has been shutting down anything that they do, whether that's inside or out. Let's also talk about the Comets offense. Comets offense has been hitting from everywhere on the floor. They're getting open layups inside, as well as Maggie Phipps there with that deep three to end the quarter.
Yeah, that was nice. Last game, on Monday, the Comets were missing a lot of really easy shots. I think the shooting percentage was easily under 30 even. It was not ideal, not great. I assume that was a big point of contention throughout the week, and it appears that tonight we're doing a lot better job.
Yeah,
probably shooting over 50% right now.
And it's very rare to see the Comets be inefficient, and they're showing this game that shouldn't be an issue here for this season.
Absolutely. Seen a larger variety of people taking shots. Last game it was dominated by the same couple players. Tonight it looks like we're in the whole team.
And Pella will have the ball here at the start of the second. Domingo will inbound. She inbounds to Vanderwall. Vanderwall almost turns the ball over, finds Thompson. Thompson over to Deers. Deers pump fakes, drives inside, kicks it back out there to Thompson. Thompson over to Vanderwall. Vanderwall drives inside, and layup is good by number 24 and a Vanderwall. Foster will take the ball at the floor here for the Comets. Kicks it over to Zimmer. Zimmer looks inside. Nothing there. Kicks it out to Murphy on the perimeter. Swings it over to Schaefer. Schaefer over to Foster. Foster up top to Schaefer. Schaefer inside to Murphy. Murphy goes up strong. Foul is called. She'll have two here at the line.
Excited to see Murphy shoot up a couple free throws.
Yeah, Murphy is a solid free throw shooter, so
absolutely.
She's always great when she goes up strong inside, gets fouled. You can always expect her to knock down two at the line, as the first one is good by Murphy.
She can operate under pressure real well.
She'll have her second free throw here. Murphy no good on the second one. She's 1 for 2 from the line. Deers brings the ball down the floor here for Pella. Deers over to Vanderwall. Vanderwall up top. Double dribble is called. It'll be North Polk ball. Murphy to inbound. Foster brings the ball up the floor. Murphy goes down inside, kicks it over to Schaefer. Schaefer into Murphy. Murphy back out to Foster. Foster with the pump fake, drives inside. Layup is no good by Foster as Murphy gets the offensive board and puts it right back in.
Board man gets paid.
Vanderwall takes the ball up the floor here. Looks for Deers. Finds her, almost stolen away by Schaefer. Thompson to Vanderwall. Tries to get it back out to Thompson as Eliza Schaefer is the one to tip that away.
Yeah, that was Liza Schaefer, a student section favorite. Little sister of Lucy Schaefer.
Lucy is number 10 and Liza is 11. Foster on Vanderwall. Vanderwall to Thompson. Thompson up top looking for something. Kicks it inside there to Naig. No shot. Called for the travel inside.
Pella Dutch making some silly mistakes tonight.
Foster will bring the ball up the floor here for the Comets. Slows it down, kicks it over to Schaefer. Schaefer inside to Murphy. Murphy tries to post up, kicks it to Zimmer. Zimmer with the little fancy layup there.
That's Abby Zimmer
Vanderwall
for you right
tries to find Thompson, but the pass is a little high there, because that's out of bounds on Pella.
You know, a big fan of that. I said earlier in the game that I thought Abby Zimmer and Jaden Murphy were maybe the most complete players on the Comet side of the ball. And right there, that connection was just seamless.
Yeah,
Love
and
to see that.
Zimmer showing a fancy finish there. She kind of just tosses it up behind her and finds the hoop.
Yeah.
Phipps will have the ball here for the Comets. Kicks it over to Boatman. Boatman looks inside for Murphy. Murphy comes out to the perimeter. Boatman finds her. Back to Boatman. Boatman looks inside to Liza Schaefer. Kicks it up to Zimmer. Zimmer drives inside over to Liza Schaefer. Liza for three. No good. It's rebounded there by Peterson as Vanderwall will take the ball off the floor here once again for Pella. Tries to kick it inside, but it's hit off the leg of Murphy. It's Pella ball. Number 4, Reagan Van Wyck is checked in here for the Pella Lady Dutch. It's number 14, Faith Deers, will throw it in here for Pella. Tries to kick it inside, almost stolen away, but it's out of bounds on North Polk. Deers to inbound again. Finds Van Wyck. Van Wyck for three. No good by Van Wyck as it's rebounded there by Naig. Naig tries to throw it up top, finds Vanderwall, back to Naig. Naig for three. And that is good by number 50, Madison Naig. 21-9, 5 minutes left here in the half.
It seemed to be a bit of a miscommunication between Zimmer and Boatman on who had to guard number 52 right there.
Phipps will find Zimmer. Zimmer looks inside to Murphy, finds her inside. Murphy back out to Zimmer. Zimmer over to Boatman. Boatman for three. And that's good by Boatman. She's 2 for 3 from deep today.
Absolutely. Freshman Messiah very, very quickly becoming my favorite player on the team.
As Vanderwall will take the ball at the floor here. Finds number 4, Van Wyck. Van Wyck over to Peterson. Peterson tries to get it inside there to Vanderwall. It's out of bounds there on the Pella Lady Dutch. Timeout is called. Be a 30-second timeout here.
Wow. Look at the beard on Coach Albertson. Exquisite. Exquisite.
And the offense early here for the North Pole Comets has been very good. It's been efficient, and their defense is just shutting down Pella's.
Absolutely. See, this is looking a lot more like the team we saw last year. Last two games, I think were flukes. I think we're back on it. You know, I think this is starting to look real good again.
And it's very exciting. It looks like it's going to be a good start to a great season.
Oh, no doubt. Michaela Bowman currently leading the Comets in scores, 6 points.
Yeah, and she's showing that she's going to be a threat from deep this year for the Comets.
Absolutely.
She's going to be a solid young player for them this year. Zimmer will take the ball off the floor here. Finds Phipps on the perimeter. Phipps looks to drive inside. Tries to float it up, but that's no good. Vanderwall rebounds. Pushes it up the floor here for Pella. Vanderwall will slow down the offense here. Kicks it over to 4, Van Wyck. Van Wyck, Vanderwall. Peterson up top. Vanderwall has the ball here. Goes to set up the offense. Swings it over there to number 4, Van Wyck. Van Wyck looks for something. Finds Naig up top. Naig back to Van Wyck there. Finds Peterson up top. Peterson over to Naig. Kicks it inside there to Van Wyck. Van Wyck blocked by Jaden Murphy. That's her third block of the game, as a foul is called here on Liza Schaefer. And Jaden Murphy, she's got some great inside defense today. She's already got her third block in the first half.
Absolutely. Swatted.
Reagan Van Wyck will inbound here for Pella. Kicks it up top to Vanderwall. Vanderwall inside there to Naig. Naig up for layup. Blocked again by Jaden Murphy. Phipps will grab the rebound, take it up the floor. Up for three, and no good. Peterson grabs the board here, finds Vanderwall. Vanderwall kicks it out to Van Wyck. Van Wyck brings that back out top here. Looks to set up the offense. Finds Naig. Naig up top to Peterson. Naig looking inside. Decides to drive in. Layup almost blocked again by Murphy, but she gets the layup up and over her. That will fall. 24-11 here. 3 minutes left in the half. Boatman out on the perimeter. Looks to drive inside. She does. Floats that up there as that's no good. Naig with the rebound. Vanderwall brings the ball up the floor here. Tries to swing it there to Van Wyck, and that's tipped out of bounds there by Liza Schaefer. Pella will take the ball out of bounds.
Wow, Jaden Murphy under the basket. Oh, we have a quick break. Let's talk about that. 4 blocks tonight, and they were all big, too.
Yeah, she's going to be a threat on any offense that they're playing against. As anytime somebody brings the ball inside, she's looking to stop them.
Just whacking that ball right out of there.
Deers is checked back in the game for Pella. Kicks it over to Thompson. Screened there by Naminga. Naminga drives inside there. Kicks it back out. Up to Deers up top. Over to Thompson. Van Voorst back to Thompson. Thompson over there to Van Wyck. Back up to Thompson. Thompson swings over there to Deers. Deers looks inside. Tries to get it out to the corner, but it's stolen away by Lucy Schaefer. Schaefer looks to drive inside, kicks it out to Foster. Foster kicks it over to Abby Hill. Abby Hill back up top to Schaefer. Schaefer drives inside, tries to lay it up there, but it's blocked by Naminga. Stolen away by Foster. And it's called out of bounds. It'll be Pella ball. Deers will take the ball up the floor here. Kicks it up there to Van Wyck. Van Wyck back out to Minga. Almost thrown away there by Phipps. Up top to Deers. Deers with the open three. And that was no good as Abby Hill grabs the board there. Kicks it over to Foster. Foster bring the ball up the floor here for the Comets. Finds Murphy. Murphy drives inside. Little Euro step there. She tries to lay it in.
Maggie Phipps is on the ground down low. Don't quite know what from.
Foul was called on Murphy's shot there. She'll have 2 from the line.
Huh.
So here's Murphy's first shot. The first one is no good. That's a rare sight to see there from Jaden Murphy.
Absolutely. So Jaden informed me today during Spanish class that her grandparents might be watching the stream. So Grandma Peterson, if you're out there, thank you for watching.
And Murphy there hits the second one. Vanderwall takes the ball up the floor here. Finds Van Wyck. Van Wyck back out to Naminga. Naminga up top there to Vanderwall. Tries to get it back to Naminga there, but it's almost thrown away by Lucy Schaefer, but it's out of bounds. Pella will have possession. Vanderwall up top here for Pella. She sets up the offense. Looks to drive inside, passes out to Naminga. Naminga drives in, kicks it over there to Van Wyck. Van Wyck for 3. Wide open 3 there by Van Wyck, and that falls.
A few more shots like that, the Pella Dutch might cut this lead down pretty significantly before half.
Murphy looks to drive inside, and it looks like it might have been tipped there by Pella, and it's out of bounds on Murphy's leg. And North Polk here, putting up pressure defense. Stolen away by Phipps, inside to Murphy. Murphy up for the layup, no good. As Naminga grabs the board there, finds Vanderwall. Vanderwall will take the ball up the floor here again. Vanderwall sets up the offense, looks to drive inside. She does. Layup is no good. Lucy Schaefer with the rebound. Schaefer up to Phipps. Phipps with the layup. And pump fakes there. That's a nice pump fake there by Phipps as she gets the layup to fall.
Absolutely. 27-14.
Almost thrown away there by Hill, but Deers will drive inside, kicks it over to Van Wyck. Van Wyck for another 3, no good. Abby Hill grabs the defensive board there. Foul is called on Naminga over the back.
Comets got to stop leaving that corner 3 open. That could become a real threat later in the game.
And the Comets are in the bonus here as Abby Hill will have a free throw.
Oh.
And a timeout here. 30-second timeout here. Charge to the Dutch there.
Yeah, well,
turnovers have been a big issue here for the Pella Lady Dutch as
absolutely.
They can't seem to get a solid offense going here early.
Yeah, the Lady Dutch, I think, have struggled the most when they're trying to get the layups. Easy layups seem to be missing. And I got to attribute at least some of that to Jaden Murphy's defense. I mean, down low, if I knew she was going to swap me, I wouldn't take as many layup shots either.
Yeah, no, Jaden Murphy is stopping any offense from coming inside, and she's just a defensive threat here this game for the Comets.
Absolutely. Boardman gets paid.
Zabby
Board
Hill will
woman.
have a free throw. 1-1 here. His first free throw is no good. Rebounded there by Nag. Nag finds Vanderwall. Vanderwall pushes the ball up the floor here quickly. Finds Deers in the corner. Deers swings it across the court there to Van Wyck. Van Wyck up top to Vanderwall. Van Voorst tries to pass it over there to Nag, but that's stolen away as the half-court attempt there as the buzzer runs out is no good.
And we are going to move to halftime here in Alleman. You know, closing thoughts before we go to half. The half has been great for the Comets, no doubt. Maggie Phipps looking a lot better than she did last game. I think last game was a fluke. Michaela Boatman looking fantastic from the three. That's really exciting to see, fill in the shoes of Katie Brown. Also is a big three-point shooter. And Jaden Murphy, you know, if we had to give out MVP awards, definitely her. You know, she's 1 point away from the leading scorer, and she's 4 blocks, been a real threat down low. You got to appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's great to see these younger girls stepping up here for the Comets as they've lost a lot of good three-point shooters last year, like we said, with Katie Brown and Katie Scott, as well as Carolyn Steffen. It's great seeing that these girls have the confidence to sit there on the perimeter and shoot these threes, as Boatman has showed us. She's 2 for 3 here in the first half.
Absolutely, and at least one thing I wanted to comment on was the Pella Dutch is more than a name. Listen to these last names. Van Wyck, Van Voorst, Dyers, Kroijman, Vanderwall, Nemingma, Take, Van Hemert, Hartson, Van Gorp, Nieves Brialio, Gudick. Wow. Oh, let's not forget Van Huylen, Galazia. Oh, that one might be Italian. Van Vark, Van Z. Wow.
Yeah, and in the first quarter there for the Comets, it was definitely a better shooting performance. The second quarter there, they struggled a little bit, but they should be looking to shape that up here for the second half. And the second half should be another good half here for the Comets.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see what happens here. And with that, we are going to leave you until next half.
And the second half is about underway here as 2 minutes remain here at halftime. Comets are ahead 27-14 as they look to extend their lead a little further here against Pella.
Yeah, really exciting game thus far, at least for Comet fans. Things looking pretty solid all around, making a lot of really nice shots, getting down low a lot. Defense has been huge. You gotta love to see that.
The name of the game here for the Comets is definitely their defense. They're getting a lot of stops inside, as well as forcing a lot of turnovers. And that's definitely contributed to a majority of their points as they're able to push the ball up the floor here with easy transition offense.
Absolutely. Maggie Phipps, clean shot in warm-ups. All right, been good.
And Pella here in this second half is definitely going to be looking to limit their turnovers, as that's been a huge issue for them in the first half.
Beg your pardon?
And only 30 seconds here remaining in halftime.
You know, I'm really excited for a great second half of basketball. That is for sure.
Yeah, and it should definitely be an exciting one here for the Comets. We'll see what they can get going for them defensively again, as well as on the offensive side. And the second half here is underway for North Polk Comets basketball.
Yeah.
As for the starters this half, we'll see Foster on the bench and Boatman in. Lucy Schaefer to inbound here to Zimmer. Zimmer will have the ball here for the Comets. Zimmer finds Boatman. Boatman looks inside, finds nothing there. Murphy pops out, finds Murphy. Murphy over to Schaefer. Schaefer back out to Murphy. Murphy looks for the three. Kicks it out to Schaefer up top. Schaefer over to Boatman. A travel is called there on Schaefer as she tried to do a hop step but took one too many steps. And the Comets will press here to start this half, as we saw that near the end of the second quarter there. Deers will bring the ball up the floor here for Pella as it's stolen by Phipps. Phipps passes to Schaefer. Schaefer drives in, lays it up. Foul is called and one by Lucy Schaefer.
We haven't seen Lucy shoot a lot of free throws this season.
Yeah, I know, but when she drives inside, she creates the contact around her, and it allows her to get those opportunities to either lay it in or get fouled and take it to the line. And she gets both here as she'll have one free throw.
And that's what you like to see.
That free throw is no good as that bounces all around and out. Deers takes the ball up the floor here for Pella. Hands it off there to Vanderwall. Vanderwall swings it over to Naig. Naig finds Van Wyck. Van Wyck here looks to drive inside, tries to find Vanderwall, almost stolen away, but Peterson recovers. Vanderwall over to Van Wyck. Van Wyck. And Peterson no good for the layup. Schaefer grabs the board. She pushes the ball up the floor here quickly. Kicks it over, tries to kick it over to Zimmer, but the pass is a little too high as it sails out of bounds.
Abby Zimmer needs to be just a little taller to catch those kind of passes.
Yeah, and it wasn't a great pass, but those are rare things that we see there from Lucy Schaefer.
Yeah, no doubt.
As Deers throws the ball up the floor there to Naig. Naig finds Deers. Deers over to Naig. Naig kicks it over to Vanderwall. Vanderwall tries to drive up top, kicks it back to Naig. Naig up inside, and that's no good. Zimmer will grab the board here. Zimmer up to Phipps. Phipps drives inside, steps in, and layup is good by Maggie Phipps.
Clean little move there.
31-14 here as Naig has it wide open down the floor, but the layup is no good. Zimmer is there for the rebound.
Wow,
Zimmer up
you just
to
can't
Murphy.
miss shots like that if you're Pella.
Murphy looks to take it up inside, almost loses it there, and does. as a jump ball is called, almost stolen away there by Peterson. And it'll be Pella ball here. Peterson will inbound here for the Lady Dutch. Peterson into Vanderwall. Vanderwall looks for some options, but she's double teamed. As this press is working out well here for the Comets, it's off of Murphy's leg. It'll be Pella ball. Peterson will inbound here again for the Lady Dutch. Murphy down on the baseline. Zimmer here on Deers. Deers finds Vanderwall, met by Schaefer. Phipps down low, finds Van Wyk, and tries to find Naig, but it's knocked away by Lucy Schaefer.
Comets are not going to let that shot get off. Again.
No, the defense is going to be strong here for North Polk as they're not looking for any easy shots given here to Pella. But Peterson is wide open, almost blocked by Murphy. Defense is just enough to make her miss. As Boatman will have the ball there for a layup, and the layup is no good, but a foul is called. She'll have 2 here at the line for the Comets.
You know, a peculiar thing I've noticed is when Michaela Boatman takes shots, she taps her knees together. If you at home can see that, I don't know how good our resolution is, but maybe you'll see that on this free throw here.
And that first shot there is good by Michaela Boatman. Boatman here at the line for the second free throw. And that one is good. She's 2 for 2 from the line in this game.
Well, that's the freshman Messiah for you, sinking easy shots.
And Deers drives around the defense, swings it out to Van Wyk. Van Wyk up to Naminga. Vanderwall inside to Deers. Deers over to Peterson as Peterson's layup is good. 33-16 here. North Polk leads. 5:40 remaining here in this quarter. Zimmer has the ball up top, finds Lucy Schaefer. Schaefer looks inside. Murphy pops out, and she finds Murphy. Murphy over to Boatman. Boatman pump fakes, drives in. Layup there by Boatman, no good. His defense is just enough, but she gets her own rebound. Murphy up top. Murphy over to Zimmer. Zimmer for 3. No good there by Zimmer. And it's rebounded there by number 4, Reagan Van Wyk. And Murphy gets the ball there, and it's a jump ball. And it'll be North Polk's ball here underneath. Phipps the inbound here for the Comets. North Polk in a stack here. Finds Murphy. Murphy swings it up top to Zimmer. Zimmer inside to Phipps. Phipps with the little floater. And that's good by Maggie Phipps. Pella
just so you guys know at home, since you can't see the scoreboard, it is Comets 35, Pella Dutch 16.
Vanderwall looks to push the ball up the floor there quickly, but the speed might have impacted that as she turns it over. Boatman for the layup. Layup's good there by Boatman. This transition offense here by North Polk has been stellar. As the inbounds pass is stolen away by Lucy Schaefer. Lucy drives inside out to Boatman. Boatman for 3. And that 3 is good by Michaela Boatman. And a timeout here, full timeout, minute timeout by the Pella
Ladies and
Lady
gentlemen,
Dutch.
Michaela Boatman is a sniper.
Yeah, and she's really stepping into her role. As a freshman, you get kind of intimidated when you're given such a big role like she is. But she started here in this second half, and she has just been going off. She is already the North Polk's leading scorer in this game, as she has 13 points, followed by Maggie Phipps with 11. And Boatman is also showing that she's a threat from deep, and it's incredible to see.
Absolutely. You see, what's really good about Michaela Boatman, what I really like about her is she does not miss the easy shots. You know, when there are shots that are wide open, she takes them and she knocks them down every time, which, you know, in high school basketball, that's so important to have. But she's also willing to take some dangerous shots, and it pays off.
And she's shown here early that she's a great inside finisher as well as a great outside shooter. And it gives North Polk's offense so many opportunities as they can spread the floor or get somebody like Murphy or Phipps inside and try to work around that, getting open looks and opportunities.
Pella Dutch made a few layups in this quarter. That is a crucial part of them coming back in this game, is they're going to need to make more of those.
Naminga inbounds here to Vanderwall. Vanderwall back over to Naminga. Naminga finds Deers. It's stolen away by Abby Hill. Zimmer tries to get it over to Boatman, but the pass is a little too out front as it's thrown out of bounds. Another turnover here for the North Polk Comets. Pressure defense here again, as it's been working out well here for the Comets. Vanderwall looks for somebody up the floor. Gets double teamed, but finds Deers. Deers outside, finds over to Van Wyck. Van Wyck for three. That's good. Correction there, that was Van Voorst.
Those corner threes.
Abby Zimmer has the ball here, finds Murphy. Murphy outside, looks inside, but swings it out to Boatman up top. Boatman sets up the offense, swings it over to Murphy. Murphy drives inside, kicks it out to Abby Hill. Abby Hill inside there to Zimmer. Zimmer over to Murphy for three, and no good as she just comes up barely short. Vanderwall gets the board, kicks it over to Van Wyck as it's stolen away there by Boatman. Boatman's knocked to the floor. A foul is called. I'm not sure on who.
Wow.
Looks like the foul is called on Pella, and it'll be North Polk's ball underneath.
You know, talk about some aggressive play down there.
That foul was charged to number 24, Anna Vanderwall. Her first foul of this game. Thompson is checked in here for Deers. Phipps to inbound. Finds Murphy. Murphy up top to Hill. Hill back over to Phipps. Phipps will set up the offense here for the Comets. Hands it off there to Murphy. Murphy, nice little spin move there. Layup, no good. Abby Hill with the offensive board. Layup is no good. Rebounded there by Naminga. Naminga finds Vanderwall. Vanderwall is met with Hill and Boatman. Naminga swings it over to Thompson. Thompson, little pass fake there. Drives inside. Blocked by Maggie Phipps. Zimmer finds Phipps. Phipps drives inside. Layup is good by Maggie Phipps.
Maggie Phipps seems to be most effective inside the three arc in those close shots.
And
She's
she's really
down there.
She's really good at bringing in the contact and trying to generate some fouls there so she can get some easy points at the free throw line. As Boatman has an open three. Another three by Boatman.
You know, what did I tell you about those easy shots? Wide open, she's going to knock it down every single time.
Michaela Boatman looks like she's going to be an absolute stud here for the North Polk Comets.
Yep.
As Abby Hill has some good defense there as the ball's knocked out of bounds off her leg. Pella has the ball. Foster, Lucy Schaefer, and Sydney Anderson are checked in the game here for the Comets. Number 34, Kylie Tauk is checked in here for the Pella Lady Dutch. Finds Vanderwall. Naminga sets the screen. Back up top to Naminga. Naminga tries to get it to Thompson. Stolen away there by Lucy Schaefer. Lucy Schaefer will drive in. Looks to kick it out behind her, but nobody is there to catch the pass.
Seemed to be
Foul
looking for
on
some
Abby
help
Hill.
that just wasn't there.
Yeah, she was looking for somebody to be trailing, but she was just a little off on the pass.
Too speedy. Well, Lucy Schaefer's sister, Liza Schaefer, actually qualified individually for the state cross-country meet. So here's where maybe some of that speed came from.
As Deers brings the ball up the floor. Finds Tauk. And it's off of Abby Hill's arm there. It'll be Pella ball. Pella to inbound. Tauk will inbound here. Deers tries to get open up top, but she's not there. Naminga tries to get open down low. She's forced to throw it up top to Van Voorst. Van Voorst over to Tauk. Tauk is heavily guarded here as she's picked up by Abby Hill. Abby Hill tips the pass away and out of bounds. Great defense here by North Polk as they lead 45-18. 2 minutes remaining here in the third.
We got some new players in we haven't seen much of this season. We got Sydney Anderson, number 20.
And Tauk inbounds there to Naminga. Naminga for the layup, no good. But she gets the correction there. Van Voorst gets the rebound. She also converts there on the second chance.
She's going to cut the lead from 27 to 25.
As Foster finds Schaefer. Schaefer looking for something. Met with some heavy defense. Foster up top. Screen there by Abby Hill. Foster tries to drive around. Abby Hill with the nice little pass inside there to Schaefer. Lucy Schaefer good for two.
Lucy Schaefer.
Deers will bring the ball up the floor. Pass is stolen away by Abby Hill. Abby Hill finds Phipps. Phipps will rush up the floor here. Sydney Anderson down low, but Phipps inside. Layup is no good. Abby Hill tries to battle for the ball there, but Pella gains control as Tauk takes the ball up the floor now. Tauk finds Deers. Screen there by Van Voorst. Van Voorst inside. Swings it over to Tauk. Tauk back out to Thompson for three. Is no good. Abby Hill with the rebound. Foster will take the ball up the floor here. Back out to Phipps for the deep three. Another deep three there by Maggie Phipps.
Maggie Phipps.
Maggie Phipps can score from anywhere on the floor.
You know, she is still effective on the arc.
It's Tauk floater inside. Off the backboard, no good. Rolls off the front of the rim, but the offensive board there by Naminga for more second chance points. Foster out to Schaefer for the open three. Lucy Schaefer no good as Sydney Anderson tries to get the offensive board, but a little too much contact. She's called for the overback. Vanderwall and Naig will check in here for the Lady Dutch. Subbing in for number 14, Faith Deers, and number 30, Jasmine Naminga. Anna Vanderwall here for the Lady Dutch. Sets up the offense, screened by Van Voorst. Vanderwall outside there to Tauk. Tauk up top to Naig. Naig for three, no good. Schaefer tries to get the rebound, but she tips it out.
The Dutch seem to be focusing a little more power on the three-point shots, trying to cut the lead down. Right now the score is Comets 50, Pella 22 with 1 second left in the third. Pass the shot.
As Naig has the ball in the corner for three, no good. Naig has been struggling here for the Pella Lady Dutch. And Pella here in that third quarter was looking to try to score the ball inside as they've been running screens up top as well as just pounding the ball inside trying to score.
Yeah, it is. It's clear, I think, to everybody here that this is the team we saw last year. They're back. They're doing great. You love to see it. You know, I mean, we got a couple more weapons this year that, you know, who knew we were going to get them. So.
Yeah, and it's great to see, like I said earlier, these freshmen are stepping up and finding their roles within the North Polk offense as well as the defense. We've seen a little bit here from Liza Schaefer. She's going to play just like Lucy.
I've been thinking the same thing.
Yeah, she's going to be great on defense. She's quick, and she's a hustle player. She's going to go for all the loose balls. She's going to try to be just a complete pest on defense.
You know, yeah, and she's tough on offense, too. That's a big Lucy Schaefer trait you're going to see is she is tough on offense. And I think we're definitely going to see that from Liza.
Yeah, what we're seeing with Liza, as well as what we see with Lucy, is they're great two-way players. They can score inside as well as shoot the ball from deep, but also they'll get back on the other end and get you those steals and battle for those rebounds.
Absolutely. Both of them are amazing athletes in their own right, being state track qualifiers and state cross-country qualifiers.
As we're in the fourth and last quarter here of the North Polk girls basketball game versus the Pella Lady Dutch. Tauk finds Van Voorst, tries to get it back up top to Tauk, but it's stolen away there by Lucy Schaefer.
Exactly.
Lucy looks to slow it up as she finds Phipps for another three. Contested there, but that's not an issue as Phipps knocks down another.
Wow.
19 points here for Phipps.
Maggie Phipps looking real comfortable with that three right there. You love to see that.
Vanderwall kicks it over to Van Voorst. Van Voorst looks to shoot but decides not to as Thompson tries to cut inside. Van Voorst decides to drive in. Swings it over to Vanderwall as it's almost tipped away. Tries to get inside, tipped again, but it's over to Van Voorst. Van Voorst takes the contact and scores, so that'll be an and one here.
And one.
Foul will be charged to Lucy Schaefer. Be her third of the game. As Van Voorst has one shot here at the line. Free throw is good by Van Voorst. 53-25 here with 7 minutes remaining here in the last quarter. Zimmer up top here for the Comets, starting up the offense. Finds Schaefer. Schaefer drives up top. Block there called on number 10, Courtney Thompson. Lucy Schaefer to inbound here for the Comets. Finds Zimmer up top. Zimmer will start the offense here once again. Zimmer looking for something. Finds Schaefer. Zimmer inside, but Boatman up top. Boatman over to Phipps. Phipps inside there to Schaefer as a foul is called again on Courtney Thompson. That'll be her 4th foul of the contest.
Wow. You know, definitely both teams have been playing decently aggressive tonight. You know, it's always makes for a good game, no doubt.
So Reagan Van Wyck is checked in here for Courtney Thompson as Courtney Thompson is a bit of foul trouble. Zimmer finds Phipps down low. Phipps for the easy floater there. She now has 21 points here in this game.
That's going to give Phipps a clean 21 points night. That's easily a season high.
Van Wyck finds Nag. Nag no good once again from 3, but Van Voorst there with another offensive board. Van Wyck up top. Inside there to Vanderwall, outside to Nag. Nag over to Deers. Deers no good on the open 3. Rebound there by Lucy Schaefer. But she steps there before she dribbles. A travel is called on Lucy Schaefer. Pella will have the ball underneath.
On the Pella side of the court.
Number 4, Reagan Van Wyck here to inbound for the Lady Dutch. She finds Van Voorst. Van Voorst with another layup inside. Van Voorst looking like she's going to be a threat inside here for the Lady Dutch.
That's going to cut the lead from 30 to 28.
Zimmer will take the ball off the floor here for the Comets as she starts the offense once again. Finds Boatman over there on the perimeter. Boatman looking to drive inside. Kicks it up to Schaefer. Over to Murphy. Comets looking to slow down the offense here and waste out a little bit of time as Jaden Murphy has an open cut there and an open layup. Another 2 points there for Jaden Murphy.
Wow, Jaden Murphy.
Van Wyck there with the open 3. No good. Offensive rebound again by Van Voorst. Van Wyck drives inside.
Wow.
Oh, looked like it could have been blocked there by Murphy, but a little too much contact as a foul is called.
Well, you know, Jaden Murphy looked her square in the eye, and she said, not today.
Van Wyck will be at the line here for 2. The first free throw there is good by Van Wyck. 57 to 28 here. North Polk leads. Van Wyck looking to cut the lead
remaining in
here.
the 4th.
Looking to cut the lead to 28 as she does not. 29-point lead here by the Comets. Phipps pushes the ball up the floor here quickly. She lays it up and no good as it rattles around the rim and out. Murphy inside to Zimmer. Zimmer back out to Schaefer. Schaefer for 3 and misses
wide.
the mark there as that ball goes out of bounds. Van Voorst inbounds here for the Lady Dutch. Vanderwall taking the ball up the floor here once again. Vanderwall hands it off there to Van Wyck. Van Wyck up top to Van Voorst. Van Voorst over to Deers. Tries
like
to
Liza
get it.
Schaefer, the Comets, going to be coming in.
Tries to get the pass there to Vanderwall, but it's almost tipped away. It's tipped out of bounds by Lucy Schaefer. As Liza Schaefer is checked in for her sister, Lucy. And Hannah Foster is checked in the game here for Abby Zimmer. North Polk leads by 29 with 5:09 remaining here in the 4th. Vanderwall out on the perimeter. Drives inside, out to Deers. Deers for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Van Wyck. Van Wyck double teamed in the corner but finds Van Voorst. Van Voorst finds Deers wide open for a layup. Phipps will inbound the ball here to Foster. Foster pushes the ball up to Boatman. Boatman drives inside, floats it up, and no good. And the foul there charged to Liza Schaefer as she trips Deers. Deers on the rebound there for the Lady Dutch.
You know, that's exactly what we said earlier. Liza Schaefer is going to play just like Lucy, and that's a Lucy move right there.
Abby Hill is checked in the game for Michaela Boatman for the Comets, as well as Peterson's checked in for Nag for the Lady Dutch. Vanderwall takes the ball up the floor here. Sets up the Lady Dutch offense. Double screen up top as Vanderwall has the open mid-range. No good. Phipps on the defensive board. Throws it all the way down the court to Murphy. Murphy loses control but saves it to Hill.
Nice
Hill with the open
right
leg.
there.
Great save there by Jaden Murphy.
Wow, communication and teamwork all looked fantastic on that.
Van Voorst on the perimeter here. Looks into the corner, nothing's there. Kicks it inside there to Vanderwall. Vanderwall up top there to Deers. Deers pump fakes, open mid-range, and no good once again as it's rebounded there by Van Wyck. Vanderwall up top here. Looks to cut inside, but swings it over to Van Voorst. Van Voorst swings it out on the wing there to Van Wyck. Stolen away by Liza Schaefer to Foster.
Oh.
Foster to Phipps, wide open down the court. Left hand lay in there by Maggie Phipps.
I can't be the only one that's disappointed that she didn't dunk it right there.
Maggie Phipps here with 23 points for the Comets. 61-30, 3:32 remaining in the fourth. Peterson tries to get it down low there to Van Wyck.
The Comets are
stolen away by
they're not
Phipps.
relenting. No mercy.
Phipps inside with the floater. No good as Abby Hill almost gets the offensive board, but Peterson controls it. Van Wyck up top to Vanderwall. Vanderwall inside there to Van Voorst. Murphy with another block. Abby Hill gets the rebound. Kicks it to Foster.
Talk about consistent. Jade Murphy's been consistent on D. She's been good on offense. If I had to pick an MVP for this game, I might have to say Jaden Murphy. Even though she's only dropped 8 points to Maggie Phipps' 23 and Michaela Bowman's 16, she has been indispensable on defense. That's a big thing you got to give. I mean, they're up by 31 right now. Pella's been missing a lot of shots. They've had quite a few blocks too.
Yeah, Jaden's also been shown she has great playmaking ability. She's dropped quite a few assists tonight. And on the defensive end, she's just been amazing. She's grabbing all the boards that come to her, as well as blocking any shot that comes inside.
Absolutely.
As that 30-second timeout there for the North Polk Comets is over. Number 14, Ashley Owen, another freshman, is in the game here, as well as Sydney Anderson. Hill inbounds here to Foster. Foster sets up the offense up top. Foster over to Schaefer. Liza Schaefer out to Foster for three. No good off the front of the rim. Liza Schaefer there with the offensive board. Back out to Foster. Decides to slow it down here. Hill sets a screen. Foster drives right. Foster over to Liza Schaefer for a three. And no good. Rattles out of the rim there, but Abby Hill is there for the offensive board. Abby Hill kicks it over to Foster. Inside there to Sydney Anderson. Sydney Anderson tries to back down, but is blocked. Gets her own board. Layup is no good. Peterson is there on the rebound. Vanderwall brings the ball up the floor here for the Lady Dutch. Sydney Anderson there on Van Voorsten. Up top to Peterson. Over to Deers.
2 minutes left in the game.
Deers looks to pull from three, but passes over to Vanderwall. Vanderwall drives inside. Easy lay there for Vanderwall is no good as Owen gets the rebound. Foster brings the ball up the floor. Foster drives inside over to Hill. Hill back out to Foster. Pump fakes, drives baseline. Hill out on the perimeter. Looks inside, nothing there. Decides to take it in herself. Stolen away by Deers. Deers. Schaefer almost steals away, but Deers spins there, keeps control, and the lay-in is good.
Hey, Pella's going to cut the lead down to 29 points as North Polk has 61. Pella has 30.
Quick substitutions there as Brooke Johnson is checked into the game, as well as her sister, Paige Johnson, as well as Alia Springer. Paige Johnson up top. Paige Johnson over to Springer. Johnson inside there to Anderson. Loose ball. Pella gains control. Talk will take the ball up the floor here for Pella. Finds Vanderwall on the perimeter. Picked up by Owen. Peterson there up top. Over to Tauk. Tauk looks inside. Nothing there.
About a minute left.
Pella looking to slow it down here as a minute left here in this game. Inside there to Peterson. Passes a little offline. Tipped away there. Look to get it inside there to Jasmine Dominga. Off of North Polk. Pella will have possession. Thompson inbound here for Pella. Thompson tries to pass it there, but it's picked away by Springer. Brooke Johnson has the ball down low. Kicks it up top to Anderson. Anderson over to Springer. Springer for three. three is no good. Short there as that goes out of bounds. Dominga to inbound here for Pella as 36 seconds remain. 61-32 here.
36 seconds
Thompson
remain.
out on the perimeter. Drives inside. Thompson there with the layup. And that's good. 61-34.
You know, I want to see a buzzer beater at the end of this game. I don't care who it's from, but I haven't seen one of those all season, and gosh dang, that'd be nice.
North Polk looking to kill some time here as 14 seconds remain in the game. Springer has the ball up top over to Brooke Johnson. Owen cuts inside, pass isn't there. Brooke Johnson tries to pass it once again. Pass is tipped away. And buzzer shot is no good. Final score 61-34, North Polk Comets.
Wow. That's going to be a big victory for the Comets. That's exactly what they needed. They needed to come out here. They needed to get a win. They needed to show they were the same team from last year. They lost a few pieces, but they've also gotten a few more. So it's, you know, I think it was imperative they came out here. They did what they had to do, and I think they did that just fine. I think Maggie Phipps looked fantastic tonight. She struggled the last couple games with shooting. Tonight she was on the mark most of the time. We got to, of course, mention Michaela Boatman. Came out here, freshman Messiah herself, shooting shots, knocking them down. And definitely got to mention Jaden Murphy. No doubt. Looks great, ton of blocks, great under the basket. That's very important.
Yeah, North Polk has shown that they can play on both sides of the floor, as they had some great offensive production there, as well as great defensive production. And that was the first half here of our North Polk doubleheader. Following that girls' game is the North Polk boys' game, as they'll also take on the Pella Dutch.
And
we'll
be
see
right
you back for that
game.
one here in about 15 minutes.